Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me in another video. So as you can tell based on the title, well, Carven has newly appointed Mark Thomas as the design director. So this from Vogue, Carven has appointed Mark Thomas as director of design, the house confirmed today. The house owned by China's ICCF group chose to promote from within after Louise Trotter exited in January to take the creative helm of Bottega Veneta. Thomas joined Carven in 2023 as senior designer. So of course we've talked about on this channel multiple times Louise Trotter's work at Carven. I'll link those videos down below, but I think it's great that they are promoting from within. Not only does this make for like a more seamless transition, I also think Carven was really on a good roll with Louise Trotter. I personally really at least enjoyed Louise Trotter's work, what she did with the brand and the kind of direction she was taking it in. She did such a phenomenal job, so much so that she was poached by Bottega when Mathieu Blasi left for Chanel. Continuing on, in just 3 seasons at Carven, Trotter, with Thomas as her second in command, managed to inject new creativity into the house. Quote, "It feels sophisticated and chic, wearable, and I'm sure it will sell in the stores," fashion consultant Julie Gilhart said after Trotter's debut show at Carven. Personally, I did really enjoy Louise Trotter's work at Carven. It felt very light, it felt very fresh. I do think it was quite wearable, and it did pay homage to the brand in terms of, I think, looking at undergarments, and of course Carven is known for the push-up bra, but I think this overall idea of undergarments and nightwear as daywear approach to fashion. More from Vogue, Thomas, who graduated from Central St. Martin's, is a seasoned designer. His resume includes stints at Givenchy, Joseph, where he was head of menswear under the creative stewardship of Trotter, and Helmut Lang as creative director from 2017 to 2019 before reuniting with Trotter at Lacoste before heading to Carven. So he's definitely been not just like a right hand to Louise Trotter's Carven, but he's also been at Louise Trotter's side at many design houses, Joseph, Lacoste, Carven. And in December, Shauna Tayo, CEO of Carven, said in a statement that the autumn-winter 2025 collection, which had been slated for Paris Fashion Week in March, would go ahead, quote, "as planned. This autumn-winter 2025 show will focus on the essence of the house, those codes which we choose to continue in the future development. It will be a concise and focused collection to leave room for deeper exploration of those ideas next season," the statement read. The collection will be revealed this Sunday. Carven's next Paris show will be for spring-summer 2026, according to the release. So again, I think we will see the success that Louise Trotter brought to the brand, this renewed, chic, wearable, nightwear as daywear approach to fashion. But I also think it is exciting that a new designer is given the chance to emerge, who has been working behind the scenes. We're going to see his vision with this game of musical chairs. A lot of the times we're seeing a lot of the same faces go to these brands, but I think Carven, it's a great brand in that it's not as massive as a brand, but I think it's great that we're seeing this happen here at Carven. I thought since hearing the news, we'd also take a look at this new collection released the day after this news. So for this collection, Mark Thomas only had 6 weeks to work on his own when Louise Trotter departed. This collection is more in the form of a lookbook rather than a runway collection, which makes sense. We are going to see his runway debut this fall, which will be exciting to see. But according to Vogue, Thomas anchored the collection around 2 main silhouettes, an archive jacket dating back to 1951 named Esperanto, and a fluid robe de chambre, or a dressing gown. The former, well constructed across the shoulders and fitted at the waist, gives the impression of being Madame Carven's sportier answer to Monsieur Dior's bar jacket, and Thomas used it as a base for a structured coat in pressed tweed and then extended the chic fabric to a side slitted skirt shown over a visible slip. I immediately noticed, of course, the slip peeking out is something I think of when I think of Louise Trotter, which felt in line with the brand. That continuation here, this theme of showing the interior design as part of the exterior design. That is something I think we see in women's undergarments in general, seeing those interior design elements due to the fine nature of these fabrics or just the see-throughness of these types of materials. But there were moments of texture with the fur toe caps, the mohair skirts. Not quite sure what this material is. Maybe it's mohair, but I think it just adds a nice contrast to I think a lot of the lightweightedness that we've been seeing at Carven recently. And I can't can't quite tell the handbags, but a lot of these bags, maybe it's a hobo bag, but they're folded inwards or clutched in a way under the arm. This is a new design for the brand. I also noticed while there were a lot of neutrals in this collection, also moments of color. Love this beautiful bright blue. Love this green handbag. I'm not sure if it's like a clutch or if it was one of those kinds of like hobo shaped bags. It's a little bit hard to tell. Also love this pale pink and brown look. I feel like this is a color combination we've been seeing a lot more recently with these fall winter 2025 collections. I also really love this really pale pink satin or silk coat, whatever material this is. It looks very beautiful, very luxurious. It's a beautiful coat. I feel like you can wear inside or out. And it's been a while since I've wanted to add something pink to my wardrobe, but I just love these beautiful moments of pale pink we're seeing this season. Also love these pink house slippers as shoes. Here we've got the scarf top worn in this undone way. Also a lot more back details, this kind of look of unraveling, something I think of with what we've seen with Louise Trotter at Carven, this idea of seeing like these interior details of the clothes that make these pieces stand out a little bit more. Also love these beautiful coats with these brooch accents. Overall, I think what we're seeing here is a continuation of what Louise Trotter did at Carven. I think there are some differences we're already seeing, a little bit more structure, texture added, but I also think that fluidity and softness is felt, which I think makes Carven such a beautiful brand. So it'll be really great to see where this brand goes. It'll be great to see what Mark Thomas brings to the brand. Would love to know your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me in another video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!